Hi everyone, it's Thomas Lockwood doing his 12th official video by myself. Even though I'm doing that one and that one will be uploaded before this one, I'd like to just do my own one still. This week, well, I'm going to do some that, like, pretty much swept under the Magic the Gathering, Wizards of the Coast company's eyes when they made them. Like cards that were, what the monkeys is doing this? I'm gonna have to not swear, even though this YouTube video will be counted as what? WTF cards. So let's get started. First one I'll be talking about is anti-cards. Now, people that ain't even as old as people older than me. I've been, like I said, playing since Mirrodin, so I'm not this old. But people that might know, Anti was an ability from a set Aberration Knights. At least one of them was. Anyway, I'm only looking at the set symbol. I know that's Aberration Knights. That's all I know. But anyway, Anti is pretty much like what it is in poker. Your bet on the game. You lose the bet if you lose the game. Now, this is what made me go, why Wizards? Why? Who would I'm serious. These cards are worth worth maybe something. I don't know. I'm not going to care about the prices. But let's imagine one of them that you might have seen in the first two. I'm only having two of them up. Is Jewel Bird, which allows you to draw a card for 1 mana, and then you have to put an anti. You replace the card that you have antied with this bird. I think that makes sense. I don't know. This is how confusing anti is. The other one I'm showing is allows players to gain 20 life, and also they have to anti a card from the top of their library. These, did you want something in the past, Wizards, when, I think this game's too fair. I know, we're gonna make everyone lose all their expensive cards, and that will force people to trade for them back. But wait, let's remember, everyone can play shit cards and cheap cards, and then let everyone gain those, and you win. Oh look, you've gained all the expensive cards. Wizards. Next ones I'm going to be talking about are flip cards. Now, people might be questioning, why flip cards? Well, it's not the flips you're thinking of. I'm not going to be talking about the Innistrad / Dark Dissensions idea of flip and transforming concept, even though it was okay. And I'm not going to be looking into the Kawagama flip effects. I'll be actually looking into cards you flip. Literally. Falling Star is one of the 2 cards that wasn't from an unset. I'm going to put that up because there is one in the unset. That evolves you to literally flip the card. Now, you'll be seeing the old form. No, you're not. This is the new form. I like to read it off my new form. Flip the card at least onto the battlefield, onto the playing area, not battlefield, on the playing area from a height of at least 1 foot. Falling Star deals 3 damage to each card it lands on, and tap all those creatures. If it doesn't do 1 complete flip in the flip you're doing it, so it has to rotate 360 in the air, then it fails, has no effect. So I'd like to point out the reason why I think they made it 1 foot instead of anything else is because, ironically, a card is 3.5 inches long length on the card. And doing some maths, I'll bore you not with the details, it is 3.3 or just about to flip the card. So you actually have to flip it 3.5 of the average card. So that's quite funny. The same height as 3.5 cards. You have to flip one card. The other one, before I talk about the reasons why these are banned in every format, even more banned than Moxes. Ha ha ha. Anyway, the other one is Chaos Orb. Instead of dealing damage, it just destroys them. And then destroys itself, which is quite funny. It's Chaos Orb. Also, just know, it did, like, do the confetti Chaos Orb, or something like that, where you teared and chucked the pieces. But that's not the point. The two main reasons why I fear these cards are banned. Firstly, how are you going to measure 1 foot properly every time at a Pro Tour if ever these activated? You pretty much can't. Secondly, if I have no arms, hands, or no, I haven't got a lot of height, how am I supposed to flip it a foot in the air? That's just crazy. You would have better chance getting blood out of the stone. And if people don't understand that one, Google. It's there. Yeah, that's about it. So the last ones I'll be talking about are the two that are a bit more funny. Because one is banned in all formats like the other ones are, and the other one isn't. But the one that is banned is actually quite fun if you can do it correctly. It might be because it's just too hard to do, but we'll talk about it anyway. And if anyone knows, it's Shazazard. If I've said that wrong, I am pretty sure that's got at least 3 A's, so I'm gonna discount it to myself. Anyway, even though you're looking at the old one, you're not no more. You'll be looking at my form. Players play a magic subgame using their libraries as their decks. The only card that states decks, if you don't count unwands. Each player who doesn't win that subgame loses half of his or her life, rounded up. Now, this is hilarious in so many things you can think of. Firstly, white doesn't make you lose life, normally. It lets you gain it. Secondly, on the old form, which I'm not going to bring back up, it states that antes. The subgame has no antes, which is quite funny. But yeah, this is banned. It's double white for its mana cost. I actually haven't said about any other mana cost, so I'm going to let you look at it yourself. And because none of them really are really bothered because they're all banned. So it's this case, why do you want to know the convert mana cost when they're all banned? However, the last one in this video is not banned. But it's like, Wizards, when did you make this card? I thought you would ban it by now. And if no one knows what the card is called, and it's the one I'm actually going to go through properly, it's called Goblin Game. Now, has anyone played Goblin Game? Because I'm pretty sure a Goblin Game shouldn't be this. 7 mana, 5 colourless, and 2 red mana. Sorcery is from Planar Shift. I'm pretty sure that's the symbol. I'm not 100% sure. And I haven't converted this because it really was not worth it. Because this actually makes more sense. Each player hides at least 1 object. Then all players reveal simultaneously. Pretty much, players hide X items when X has been 1 or higher. And you hide it behind something. And then at the exact same time, you reveal the items. Right? So I'm just stating that. Each player loses life equal to the number of objects he or she revealed. Right? The player who revealed the fewest objects then loses half of his or her life. Rounded up. If 2 or more players tie for the fewest, each loses half of his or her life rounded up. So it's pretty much, right, you reveal one, you take one, and then lose half your life. It's quite hilarious. I would love someone, please, if Legacy and Vintage players are hearing my voice, please make a Storm deck, cast Goblin Game, and see what Wizards do. Because I'm not kidding you. I would suggest, if you don't believe that this card is banned, is to type Goblin. I'm typing myself. Goblin Game into any search engine that has it, and you click it, you will see that it's legal in all 4 formats that it's supposed to be in: Legacy, Vintage, Classic, and Commander, or EDH, the actual good players out there. Ding 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 ding. And it's quite cheap. It's less than $1 in its highest value. So you can't moan it's not cheap. But yeah, it is one of my favourite cards. In fact, my mate plays it in his EDH, and he would have not known about that card if Thomas Lockwood, this guy right here talking to you, showed him the card. I even gave it to him as a friend, because he's my judge and he's my judge trainer now. Thank you for listening to this bit, because I went really too deep and too funny in this video. Thanks for everyone for watching today. This week is obviously looked into most of the banned cards and why they're banned, except Goblin Game, because Goblin Game does not really enter any other conversation. Please, can someone try to run this in Legacy, Vintage, online, and just see what Wizards do, and see how many judges they have got there. Please subscribe to this YouTube account. Also, if you can, add yourself to the Facebook page, because the Facebook page needs more people. We can have good conversation about Commander and EDH and other cards like this, and yeah, it will be a nice place for us all to chat. And that is all for this day, technically, because I've already uploaded the other video, which I would like you guys to see. It's me and Tom just making a joke with the 10 Ravnica guilds, all their 4 legendaries they've each had, and the idea around them. But yeah, I hope to see you next week or tomorrow if you're watching the Tom and me situation. Bye!